All right. The October 10th, 2024 City of Friendswood Planning and Zoning Commission regular meeting is now called to order. We won't begin by receiving communication from the public since there is no public here. Item 3 is our consent agenda. These items are considered routine or ministerial in nature and will be enacted with one motion. There will be no separate discussion of items unless a commissioner so requests, in which case the item will be removed from the consent agenda and considered separately. Item A, consider approving the minutes of the Planning and Zoning regular meeting held on Thursday, September 12th, 2024. And item B, the final plat of Sterling Falls wedding venue to be located at 2600 South Friendswood Drive. Is there a motion?
Motion.
Second.
Oh, hold on. We have a motion and a second. All in favor? It's unanimous. Did that wrong. Okay. Sorry, making notes. Next on the agenda are action items. According to the Planning and Zoning Rules of Procedure, all action of the commission shall be made by an affirmative vote of a simple majority of the commissioners present at such commission meetings. Item A, request to vacate a 10-foot waterline easement in Joyful Park subdivision. Goes from item A to, 1, okay. Conduct a public hearing regarding a request to vacate a 10-foot waterline easement in Joyful Park subdivision, generally located at 2907 West Parkwood Avenue. Said easement being an approximate 14,637.67 square feet tract of land within Joyful Park, a subdivision in the BD Seal in Friendswood Survey Number 5, Abstract 625 in Friendswood, Galveston County, Texas. Have a staff summary?
Yes, sir. So when this plat was recorded in 2022, this is the tract across from the city softball fields. The developer thought they were going to have to loop the water line around the property to be able to get adequate connections and pressure. Turns out they were able to bore under 528, so that's how they're getting their water. This 10-foot water line easement is a public water line easement. Public Works has confirmed that they do not, nor will they need this easement, and it's in conflict with the developer's drainage and landscaping that they're required to put in. So we're requesting to get rid of this easement since it's not needed.
We have no public to comment for or against, so I guess this closes the public hearing. We'll now consider a recommendation to the City Council regarding a request to vacate a 10-foot water line easement in Joyful Park subdivision, generally located at 2907 West Parkwood Avenue. Said easement being an approximate 14,637.67 square foot tract of land within Joyful Park, a subdivision in the BD Seal in Forwood or Friendswood survey. It is Forwood. Survey number 5, Abstract 625 in Friendswood, Galveston County, Texas. Is there a motion?
Motion to approve.
Have a second?
Oh,
Any discussion? Travis?
It's not needed anymore. Easy day. They said they don't need it. Give it back.
There's never been any utilities there, so I don't see any need for it.
Commissioner Bounds?
I have no problem with it.
Commissioner Anderson?
No problems for me.
I had one question that just hit me sitting here was, and I can't see it up there. There's another easement adjacent to it, like at the northeast corner, just inside.
There's some drainage and drainage maintenance, and I think an access easement.
Does that move over or does that stay where it is?
No, that one will stay where it is.
Okay, that was my only question.
And my understanding is that goes back to them, right? Like it doesn't push it all the way because they needed.
Correct.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay. We have a motion and a second. All in favor? Unanimous. Item B, consider approving a one-time 6-month plat extension for 2 preliminary plats Georgetown Section 1 preliminary plat, and Sherry Lane preliminary plat. Becky?
These are two plats in the Georgetown subdivision that are heading down towards Alvin and the south part of town. They've been continuously working, and they just need a little bit more time to finish or get further along in their construction plan so they can submit their final plats.
Is there a motion?
I move to approve.
Is there a second?
Second.
Any discussion? Commissioner Bounds?
No, sir.
Commissioner Mann?
Easy day.
Commissioner Conrad?
None at all.
Commissioner Anderson?
Nothing for me.
I have nothing also. So, all in favor? It's unanimous. Item C, receive a report from the Planning Subcommittee and consider parking recommendations to City Council, following up to the ad hoc parking subcommittee recommendation from March 2024. Becky's gonna handle it.
Sure. So in March 2024, the ad hoc parking subcommittee had met to discuss some possible changes to the city's parking regulations and how we enforce those and how we implement those. They took it to council. Council asked planning and zoning to look at it. So the planning subcommittee took a look at it, and after further review, have decided not to make any changes at this time. They found that the options available for alternatives are sufficient. We can always look at it again in the future. So this is our report back to City Council for them to decide if they want to leave it as is or make any further changes. So this will need a motion and a vote from y'all to take this recommendation as is, or if you want to make any changes.
Okay, is there a motion?
I move to approve.
And a second?
Second.
Who said that? Oh, we'll give it to Commissioner Anderson.
Mr. Anderson.
Yeah.
Any further discussion? Anybody have any questions?
I just want to say thank you to Aubrey for staying on top of this for us.
Yeah, that was a lot of work you guys did.
And probably Becky too.
Well, no further discussion, and we have a motion and a second. All in favor? Passes. Item D, consider approving amendments to the Planning and Zoning Rules of Procedure adopted January 12th, 2023 to allow friendly amendments, change the procedure to debate items, and designate Robert Rules of Order to be used as a guide. Karen or Becky?
You do it. All right. First, council adopted rules, and your rules are supposed to be similar or consistent with their rules. They recently did some amendments to just clarify that Robert's Rules is a guide. It's not the end-all, be-all. Also, they allowed for friendly amendments. Sometimes we have a motion, and then it's amended, and then it gets all kind of crazy. And so a lot of times what we would like to do is just, oh, I agree with that. I'll amend my motion. The second amends their motion and moves forward. And so this would allow us to do that. And the last thing it does is before there's a motion on an item, if there's some plat comments that were submitted that we don't know or you don't know if they've been resolved at the last minute, it will allow staff to tell you that all comments have been satisfied or certain comments are not satisfied before you make a motion. So these are consistent with council's rules, and we just wanted you all to have an opportunity to consider to see if you all wanted to include those in your rules as well.
Thank you. Do we have a motion to consider approving?
Motion to
Okay.
recommend approval, right?
Gotcha.
Not what it is?
Actually, there will be the final action.
This
so
is
you don't,
okay.
So you all can amend your rules or not amend your rules, however you want to do it.
Recommend approve.
Okay,
Second.
all right. Any further discussion?
Just, there's nothing different as I was going through this than what we kind of do already, correct?
That's correct. We just wanted to kind of mirror our rules to kind of procedure and what we are doing our practice, so that there's no ever any concern that we did not do something correctly. We now following our rules. If we do this, our rules now conform to our practice.
Okay, yeah, I like that. So it's mainly administrative, but we do want to be mirrored as best we can. So that's it. Yep.
Okay. Any further discussion?
No.
All right. We have a motion and a second. All in favor? Passes. Next on our agenda is communications, and we'll start with receive an update from staff on changes to the neighborhood empowerment zone.
Yes, sir. So in 2008, when the downtown district was developed or created as a zoning district, there was also the neighborhood empowerment zone, and there was two different phases and versions, and the wording's a little different on both, but the intent was to offer incentives in the form of waived permitting fees and development fees for developments that would, depending on if you were in Zone A or Zone B, if you would install the downtown improvements, which are the brick paved sidewalks, the street poles, the benches. So now that TxDOT has done the sidewalks and the light poles are going in, the benches would still be a requirement of the downtown district. This is to cease waiving any and all fees, because right now the way it works is if you are a 50-year-old building and you want to replace your water heater, we don't charge you for that permit, the way that this was written. So basically it's run its course, it served its purpose. The development has now been spurred. Planning and zoning will still waive fees. The staff will waive fees for site plans, plats, and zone changes. So they will still reap that benefit, but as far as their actual construction of their buildings, their permits, those are no longer automatically waived. They do still have the opportunity to approach the city for grants and incentives, and CEDC has opportunities, so that's still out there and available. But council did approve this at Monday's meeting, so we are now back to collecting fees after over 15 years.
Okay.
Thank you. Item B, the next Planning and Zoning Commission regular meetings have been scheduled for Thursday, October 24th, 2024, and Thursday, November 14th, 2024. Item C, receive the September 2024 DRC report.
The DRC report was in your backup material. We met on a residential lot that they're not moving forward with, and two possible commercial renovations. We had a couple meetings, but nothing too busy.
Okay, thank you. City council updates. There are no city council people here, so we will skip on over to communications from commissioners. Then we'll start with Commissioner Anderson.
Just appreciate getting all the information out. Just appreciate getting the packet out. It's very thorough. Really appreciate the job.
Commissioner Bounds.
As always, appreciate the support staff, their help, and our one person here that's visiting with us. Thank you.
Commissioner Mann.
Just happy to be here.
Commissioner Conrad.
I don't have anything else to add.
And I don't have anything to add either. So, any city staff comments, Becky? Karen? With that, thank you everyone for attending this evening, and October 10th, 2024 Planning and Zoning regular meeting is now adjourned.
14 and a half minutes.